everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and I am super excited to film today because I am talking planners with you guys. We are talking December stack, and disclaimer, I did get my hair done, so this is my attempt at making it look nice. This is about as blonde as I can go since my hair is super dark, so I am testing it out and seeing how it goes, but I so far really like it. I've only had it for a couple of days, so it's kind of a shock to the system, but it is bright, way brighter than I'm used to. So I've got to work on styling it and making it look nice since I paid for it. I paid for my hair to get done. But anyway, we are talking December stack. I decided for the last month of the year, I'm going to try out some planners that I have yet to try out. Some of these are running out at the end of 2022. So my plan going into this was looking at what planners are going to expire for 2022 and use up a couple of these, or at least try them out and then be able to review them for you guys going into 2023. Now, one of these is not coming back. So before we talk weekly planners, I'm going to be talking goal planners. I have been using the Makselife. This is the mixed media cover from 2022, and I have been using this all year long, loving it. I love the weekly action pages. I love the monthly pages. I'm going to be finishing this off for 2022, but because I have not used the power sheets, I decided I'm going to try to use the power sheets for December as well and just keep track of the tending list. I'm going to really try hard to get in here every evening and work on some planner stuff. It's part of my December goals, which I will talk about in a different video, but I really want to try to use this a little bit more and then go into 2023 using the new year power sheets. So that is my goal planning for this month, just Makselife and adding in the power sheets. And then as far as weekly planners goes, I've got 4 different ones. There are 5 weeks in December. If you count the first week in December actually has a little part of November and then half of a week of December. I'm going to just say I'm going to pick out 4 planners and then I will use one twice or go back to my favorite one, which is the compact vertical. Right now, this is my favorite one. I just put my seasonal surprise box cover on this. It's an Erin Condren, and this one does go through 2023, but I have been using this since June. I'm trying to use a little bit of other things. This one totally threw me for a loop this year. I had really good intentions of using up lots of the other planners and testing out new planners every month, and that just did not happen since June. I've been in that same weekly, so I'm going to try to test out 4 different planners here. One of them, like I said earlier on, one of them is not going to be in stock for 2023, and that's the Ashley Shelley bound book. So this one I did end up getting really good on discount, and I'm going to try to use it for December. I really like the layout of this. It is a horizontal layout, and it's got 2 different sections on each day. It's got a little like timed hourly spot and then also a checklist spot, and I really liked the colors of this one. I like the way this one looked with the teal foil on there, and I just think it's really pretty. I was sad that they aren't coming out with a 2023 version of this, but I'm going to be using this for December at least one of the weeks. And then as far as other weeks, I've got a Kitlife. I have not used the Kitlife hardly at all. I don't know that I ever really used this weekly one. I did use the daily one a little bit, but I want to use this for at least 1 week this month. This one does run out at the end of the year, and I just think it's a really nice planner. It is a vertical style, so I'm not really into the vertical right now, but this one has wide enough columns that I think it's going to be okay. Let me find one. It's got the weekends combined, so that makes the columns a little bit wider, and I think it will work out really nicely. So I'm going to test that one out. They did come out with 2023s, and they are very, very similar to the 2022s, so I did not get one to review. They're basically the same, just changing out covers and things. I'll go ahead and link to that video down below if you want to see my walkthrough of the planner initially. It's pretty much the same thing for next year as well. And then I have 2 Erin Condren ones. One of these I used for journaling, and one of them I haven't really used. I ended up getting this academic year planner. This one's really nice because it does go through 2023. It's half of the year of 2022 and half the year of 2023, and I'm trying to flip to a page. I love the look of this horizontal. It is divided out. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's divided out. It's got a checklist section. It's got 2 different spots that you can put various things on. And I just really think this is a nice planner. Of course, I love the Erin Condren paper, and it's just such a pretty option. So I'm going to be testing this out 1 week in December. And then last but not least, I have a Flora Erin Condren. In Bloom is the pattern that replaced Flora, but this one I've been using for journaling. I've had this in my nightstand, and I have not used it for any sort of actual planning, just for journaling here and there. But this one's got a really, really pretty horizontal layout as well. It's got a divided section with lots of lines and then a smaller little section you could do whatever you want in. I really think I could use it for stamping some habit trackers on there and using it for that, but I just think it's a beautiful one. I wanted to put it to some use aside from just journaling, and this one does run out at the end of the year. So of course I can repurpose these pages over over time, but I just have so many planners that I want to get through and use a little bit and review for you guys. So I plan on probably doing a plan with me in these different ones and testing them out for you guys and then reviewing them more in depth for you guys. Aside from this Ashley Shelley, I won't be like in-depth reviewing this one for you guys because it's not one that you can get for 2023. For my own little planning, I wanted to test this one out this month before it expires. Of course, again, I can repurpose this later on, but I've just got so many planners to go through for 2023 that I thought it would be best to just try to use up a couple of these. Now, moving forward into January, I plan on testing out a couple of weekly planners every month, probably like at 2-week intervals, and I think I can get through like all of the planner goodness if I test them out like that. So that's my plan moving forward into January. This is just the last like test these ones out before they expire. So moving on to other things, I ended up putting a cover on my little notebook. This is a productivity notebook. I ended up putting a different cover on it. Is the metallic snowflakes. It's really pretty. So I just put it right over the vegan leather cover. You can see there's the vegan leather cover. It looks kind of silly because you can still see the vegan leather like peeking out, but I just wanted it to look all snowflakey. This is what I write all my content ideas and notes, video notes and things. Like if I have a list of things I want to talk about in a video, I write it down in here and then I can look at it, make sure I talk about everything I want to talk about. So I did have a list of my December planner stack that I was looking at when I was pulling out all the different planners. And now I've got another little stack of specialty notebooks and notepads and things that I plan on incorporating in. A lot of these I'm already kind of using anyway, so it's not changing much. But I have 2 notepads. I ended up loving this notepad that I got from Sprouted. I just love this one. I've been using it quite a bit for my weekly content planning. I'll just write out what videos are coming up for the week and then my video to-dos down the list, and I really like that. And then Erin Condren sent me this one in the seasonal surprise box, and it's a very similar thing, but it's very Christmassy. So I thought I would use this one for December, at least a little bit, because it is Christmas themed, and I don't know that I'm gonna want snowflakes much past like January, so I thought I would get some use out of this one before it's just not really on season. So I will use both of these in combination to do some content planning coming up. And then as far as budgeting, I have been using the Erin Condren budget book. I really like this one. It's got like metallic layers design on it. I did film a walkthrough of this and walk through everything, but I don't know that it's up on this channel yet. So that's a video I think that's gonna pop up for you guys in December, but I really have liked this book. I love that it's rose gold, and it's just a way to keep track of my expenses. We do actually use an app now so that Johnny and I can both add expenses in, but as far as like my personal spending and household management stuff, I like writing it down, pen to paper. It just makes it feel more official. Like if I'm ordering things online, it's really easy for me to not think about it. And if I'm putting it from ordering it online right into an app, it just is a mindless process. Whereas it totally changes everything if I have to physically write down the number. I just want it to be more mindful and intentional. So writing it down in a physical book just adds that intentionality for me, and it makes it so that I don't just mindlessly purchase things. And I've really enjoyed that process so far. I think it's really held me back from some of my impulse urges to buy things that it's, you know, it's shiny, it's new, I want to buy it, I want to click add to cart, and that just adds this extra step like, oh, I have to write it down. Should I really be spending this money on XYZ? And it just helps a lot. Anyway, the Erin Condren book has been really helpful for that. And now I have had these 2 books like a lot of this year. It's the Habit Nest book. So I am on the last like week or week and a half, maybe up to 2 weeks in the morning journal, but I'm gonna knock these guys out in December and be completely done with them, and then I will do a full-blown review talking about each individual one separately. I have lots of thoughts. I'm about done with them, but when I actually finish them all up, I'm gonna have more thoughts. I will sit down and talk about them, but I really wanna just finish these up so that I don't have them going into 2023. I wanna make sure that I'm knocking these ones completely out, so that is on my to-do list. My last little specialty notebook is the self-care planner from Mom Agenda, and I really like this one. I have been using this one now. I think I'm on my 11th or 12th day using this. Let me see. I'm on my 12th day using this. So this is a 90-day self-care planner. It's got like a place to log all your metrics and sleep and all that stuff. And then it's got an actual day planner. And I actually have been using this for just journaling. I have actually been using it for a daily planner. And I really like this one. The only thing I don't like about this is the way the cover sticks to the coil. It's very sticky opening and closing it, but I love the way it feels. It's like really soft and suede feeling, and it's just beautiful. I love the color of it. I love everything about it. It's just the cover sticks a little bit. So that's just something I generally just keep it all the way flipped open, but it's just really beautiful. And I've been using this every day. I really like tracking things down and writing everything out, and I go into my health app to like write down my sleep and my step number and all that stuff, and I really loved having it. So it's something I've just been really enjoying using. And then my last thing I want to talk about is daily planners. I'm going to dabble with whatever daily planners I want, but I want to make sure I'm using the Kitlife at least one of the weeks this month because I haven't really used it in a dedicated way. I've used a couple of pages here and there, and I've also used it for meal tracking. I just kind of forget about all the things written on here and just plain out wrote out my meals and my food for the day. I've used it quite a bit like that, but I have never really used it like a daily planner for a week or two. So I plan on using this one at least a week in December and testing it out so that I can review it for you guys. And again, like the other Kitlife, the 2023s are very, very similar, if not the exact same as the 2022s. So when I in-depth review it, it'll be very applicable to the 2023. So I plan on doing that at some point as well. So that is my December stack. It's a lot of planners, but it's really just testing out a bunch of things. I thought I'm gonna like squeeze in as much as I can at the end of the year since I did so bad about testing out planners. I have just used that compact vertical and loved it so much, but I'm ready to switch things up. I'm getting a little bored with the same one after using it most of the year. So I thought this month I'll really dabble with a bunch of things, and then come January, I can start using things in a more organized fashion, like using 2 different planners for the month and using them each for 2 weeks at a time kind of thing. So that is it. I hope you guys like this video. Please let me know down below what planners you are going to be using for December. And maybe even if you feel like sharing, tell me what your 2023 planner lineup's going to look like. I am still kind of working on mine. I definitely want to test out all of this goodness that I have either purchased or been sent. I really, really enjoyed all the planner goodness. And be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye.